up, everybody? I'm Sal Klein. This is Reggie Steele. And welcome to Spitballin. Spitballin.
What's up, everybody? This is Sal Kalani, and this is Reggie Steele.
And welcome to Spitballin.
Bum, 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 wah, 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 wah.
Yo, real quick. Uh, First off, I heart Atlanta. Shout out to all my peoples in Atlanta.
Who you
Love
got
you.
in Atlanta? You ain't got no people in Atlanta.
What do you mean I got people? Dude, I grew up in Alabama. Half my high school senior class moved to Atlanta, right? Like that's the big city in the South. So that's where I went to. Um, and so this weekend, I saw an old friend of ours, closer to Sal than to me, a guy named Mike Limke.
Yeah, what was
Um,
he doing in the city?
you know what? I don't know. I didn't ask him that.
You just
He
ran
walked out of
into him?
yeah, he walked out of a restaurant and I was waiting to go in. And as soon as he walked out, I go, Mike Limke? Like I said his whole name. And I'm like, dude, you look exactly the same. That's why
He
I had to
looks
say
exactly the
he
same. It's
looks exactly the
hilarious.
same. So he was like, nah. I was like, dude, that's the reason I had to say your whole name.
Yeah.
Because that's exactly who you look
Well,
like.
that's how us comics we know. Wait, it wasn't him?
It was him. It
Oh,
was
you
Mike.
said no.
I'm like, dude, no, you look. I'm like, no, dude, you look exactly the same. But
I've seen his brother more recently than him. I saw his brother in Sac.
oh, okay, okay. Well, the reason I bring up Mike is because I was meeting up with um, Kevin Shea and Abhay, one of the producers for um, the setup in San Francisco. And I only had a short time because I had some other obligations that I had to get to. But Kevin and I got into a spirited discussion and debate about the Kevin Hart roast. Did we discuss that last time? A little bit.
Yeah, we talked about it.
We talked about it. And in the true sense of a comedian, Kevin is like, "Hey man, freedom of speech. People should be able to say whatever they want to say."
Well, he did. No one got arrested.
No one got arrested. I personally was like, I think, I would never tell anyone what they can and can't say, but I do think that some of the jokes cross the line. I think that Tony Hinchcliffe is a straight up racist, and I think that he uses comedy as a shield to be able to say racist stuff. I think he's antagonistic, and I think that he is intentionally trying to incite, aggravate, disrupt, dig, get under, poke, whatever you want to say. Because his jokes, the things that he chooses to joke about have such a greater social um, meaning and context. Like the George Floyd joke, there's no reason to have a George Floyd joke at the Kevin Hart roast, right? And to talk about,
I mean, the
you know,
problem though, part
well, because it's such a polarizing
we should have been
topic.
talking this a week ago. This is old news, Reg.
Well, no, because it's new because Kevin and I just had this discussion. That's the only reason I'm bringing it
So
up.
Kevin's on Tony's side, and you're
No,
your
not
side.
that he's on Tony's side. He's just on the side of he doesn't think that, you shouldn't be able to talk about anything.
No, I
And
mean yeah, that's you. You
well,
should be
this is
able to
the
say what you want, but
well, okay.
the joke wasn't funny, and like he kind of like he even like bumbled it a little when he was delivering it. And like that didn't have anything to do with George Floyd, where the one Pete Davidson did with Charlie Kirk, he compared it more. He was taking a shot at Hinchcliffe. Uh, and that was more like a joke. You know what I mean? It was
Yeah,
a
it was more
constructive
directed, right?
joke, an
Yeah.
attack at Tony, where this was more of kind of, I feel like insightful. I mean, I worked with Tony Hinchcliffe
I'm
at
sorry.
Roosters. You were there. I think you came one night. I don't even
For
maybe.
Tony?
Yeah, I worked with Tony, and I had a middle. It was like a last minute thing, and I mean, I don't think he was. I don't think he. I wouldn't say he was racist. But yeah, he was definitely a conservative guy. But it's funny, him and his other buddy Pete, who I got along with really well, because we're all Ohio boys, really. And to me, they're like the conservative Ohio boys, and I'm not. So like there was a bit where we kind of got along, especially Pete and I, and we all just smoked weed. And Tony kind of just kept to himself. Like Pete was the buffer between the two of us, and so,
Right.
like we never really talked much, and he was on the phone doing his own thing. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, dude.
Well,
I think he
but
didn't
that's
want to
not
push it, but I think it just didn't hit as hard and whatever.
well, but that's not even the point of even why I brought it up. The other thing that we discussed was the Shane Gillis joke, the bonsai tree
Oh
joke.
yeah. So hey, go ahead. I heard this. I laughed. I didn't know about it. I think it's funny. It's a
It's
funny
funny.
joke. And Kevin Hart
Okay,
laughed. So if Kevin Hart's laughing,
but see, this is the problem, and that's the same thing that he talked because we also got into a discussion about adoption and about white people adopting basically the idea that if you're white and you adopt a brown or yep, Asian child or a black child, that you can't be racist, which I absolutely 100% disagree with.
yeah,
And
that
and
is
the reason I say that is because there's that same argument of like, well, I can say the N word because I got a black friend who says I can say it. Oh, they can say something that's completely racist and out of line because a black guy laughed at it, right? The point being is that it's a fucking lynching joke. It's lynching. When you boil it down to brass tacks, it's a joke about lynching black people, lynching a little black guy, and yes, a little black guy from a bonsai tree. It is funny, the idea of a bonsai tree, but it's still about a person being lynched and hung from a fucking tree in this country at this time, at what's happening socially and what's going on a higher level. The reason I think that the joke is irresponsible is because amongst comics, you and I can hear that joke and say, "Yo, that's good writing and fucking it's funny, bonsai tree." But on a larger context, on a bigger stage, when you're talking to society at large, it's almost like it's a confirmation to be okay to talk about lynching black people and make fun of it. I don't. That's where we differ because
well, see,
Kevin thought it was funny. It was like, "Oh, it's just a joke. It's just a joke." But the other person, I said his name earlier, but I'm not gonna say it now because it's not really his conversation. But he and I both brown people at this table. There was a brown person, a black person, and an Asian person, right? All three minorities, and
wait, who's the other
not.
person? You can't just say Kevin and you. Who's the other
I said the
people?
other person's name earlier. Epe.
Oh, I don't really know him. He's an
He's
Afghanistan guy, isn't he?
I don't know if he's Afghanistan. I think he's Indian.
Oh, I don't know
Is
him.
he? Okay. Well, he runs the setup in San Francisco, which is shout out to the setup, great room. Um, but we were talking about the idea of the impact socially because amongst comics make jokes all the time that are inappropriate. And for me personally, in those situations, I have to leave because I'm like, yeah, you know what? I know you grew up in San Francisco and you and your black friends, and they gave you the pass to say the word nigga or nigger or whatever the fuck. But you know what? Where I grew up, that shit ain't gonna fly, bro. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave because I don't joke like that. And I get that you and your friends do. So I remove myself and I let you do your thing. But just understand around me, don't call me a fucking nigger. Don't call me an ape or gorilla. Don't call me anything outside my name under the context of it's a joke and we're just being funny. Fuck you and the horse you rode in on. And that's how I feel about it, right? So,
Yeah, but you
point I'm
take
trying to
it.
make,
Well, the thing is, if it's one thing if it's on the stage, it's another thing if they're in your face saying it. Like I totally get that. Where'd you go?
I was here the whole time. I didn't go. You froze.
You were frozen. Did you hear my whole thing though?
No, I didn't hear any of it. The last thing I saw was you like this, and then it
Uh,
stopped.
Basically, though, I'm saying there's a difference if someone says it from the stage or if someone's saying it to you in your face. But like on stage, yeah, they have the right to say it. It might not be funny, and a lot of it's not funny. You know what I mean? A lot of it could be low-hanging fruit, punch it down, whatever, appeasing, simple, whatever. But we still have the right to say it. I mean, that's fucking it's America, Jack. And you could say the lynching thing, but people do Holocaust jokes all the time. People do
Okay, and
fucked
that's
up
what I just
shit all the
so you,
time.
so you didn't hear what I just said then because I said that I don't think it's funny I said that I think there are a lot of people who use the umbrella of comedy. Um, I think there are a lot of people who feel a certain type of way and want to say some really heinous shit, but they say it under the umbrella of
Which
comedy
could be.
because it's like, oh, it's just a joke. And then I said, yeah, it's like, yeah, we talk about the Holocaust and people burning up in the oven. It's just a joke. Or we talk about 9/11 and people dying in a building, even though families are destroyed. It's just a joke. Yeah, we talk about slavery and lynching black people in the country, but it's just a
Yeah,
joke.
but that's what stand-up is. It's not like they're fucking politicians running for anything. I mean, now
I
they're
don't
having too much power interviewing politicians, but
look.
still.
Okay, so here's another discussion then. You want to get into what stand-up is. I think that stand-up, for the most part, is we're observers of the world, right? We observe the world and we report back about what we see. And a lot of times we make fun of the things that ought not be funny. And a lot of times those things that ought not be funny are not necessarily the tragedies of the world, but the tragedies of life in general and what we experience. That's what this whole thing is a fucking coping mechanism that we've developed. It was either kill ourselves, kill someone else, or make a joke about it, right? Or you don't fit in, you can't maintain relationships. So we make fun of the part of life that I'll be funny in the sense of what we experience. I don't know that comedy is supposed to be about let's take tragedies where heinous things happen and make fun of it. We can make light of it to some degree, but personally, the way I feel, I'm I just care about people and how they feel, right?
Well,
So
I mean,
so
but
it's not for
part of
me.
me feels the art of stand-up is to make something funny that's not supposed to be funny. And
And
I
that's what I
did.
said.
And like that's, I talk about the special mental stillness now out on YouTube. I talk about death, my brother dying. I'll talk about suicide. I talk about race. I talk about race and adoption and stuff. I mean, but it's got to be funny. That's it though. It's got to be funny to me, man. When I
Well,
didn't
and
hear the bonsai one, and then Max told it to me because he was talking about the same thing. You hear these jokes. I knew about the Hinchcliffe and the George Floyd. I didn't really think that one was funny. And yeah, I understand where everyone's coming at it. Uh, and then also, but then the Shane Gillis one, I heard the bonsai. Bonsai is very funny to me, and I just laughed out loud. And that's the bottom line. If it gets people to laugh, that's it. You could say I don't
see,
agree with them saying it, but they could still say it. It's their right.
okay, and so I guess and look, those guys, they're on TV, they're at the roast, they're making a
Yeah, the
living doing
roast, they're
comedy.
totally always trying to push it at the roast.
Yeah, and those guys are doing the thing. I'm just a simple person who's on a podcast with a friend doing a thing. My opinion doesn't matter to anyone, right? But what I do know is I live in a world where it's becoming increasingly more toxic in the sense of how people are being treated and how people are responding to each other. And
Right.
so I believe that for me personally, I believe there has to be some social awareness of what's happening because as a person who's made jokes about my experience of not living up to the stereotype, right? And not fitting into this box that they put black people in, it's like, you come into a room and you say something nice, they're, oh wow, so well spoken. Because in their mind, you can only be one thing if you're black,
Right.
right? You can't be articulate, you can't be educated, you can't be well spoken, you can't be cultured, you can't be informed, you can't be well
What was
traveled.
that video we did? The original Spitballin', the woman called you what kind of black?
Oh, you're professional black,
Professional, that's what it was.
right? So what I'm saying is because that exists in this world, when you have moments like this where people are taking things and they're making light of things that are pretty heinous,
Yeah.
there is a part of society that goes, see, like you just said, Kevin Hart
Right.
laughed at it.
No, there
See, it's
is.
okay.
That's not,
Yeah.
there's only so much responsibility that, but you're right. There's a lot more. I mean, shit. They were just saying how these, the kids who shot up the mosque in San Diego yesterday, like you learn hate. You don't just, you're not
Oh shit,
born with hate.
I
So
didn't hear
yeah.
about that.
Oh,
I didn't
come
hear about
on,
that.
Reg. You were talking about 1 week old news. This is what real is going on. These
I
two
didn't.
teenagers and they had all this like Islamic phobic racist fucking messages, hate speech messages on their guns and stuff, and they went and they shot up a mosque. They hit a security guard who was well liked in the community. He had like 8 children. His GoFundMe or whatever already raised like $1.4 million, but they killed the security guard who they say saved lives, and then two other patrons, and then the kids killed themselves. and then the mom sent it out on the she messaged the police ahead of time that her guns were missing and the car, and she's worried about her son doing something. But yeah, man,
Oh, good for
just
her.
to be a, yeah, good for her. However, also, how'd you raise a racist? I mean, the kid's a teenager. You got to have your guns. You got to have three guns in your house, huh? It's just like you don't lock them up. I mean, I like when they, hey man, some of these parents got to start being fucking held responsible because they're the ones who got the guns and they're the ones who have these fucking kids who hate in their heart. So hell, why don't you learn on fucking raising your kid right? Good job. You told the people too fucking late. Tell you that much.
Well, okay, I'll say this. I'm not trying to defend anybody. Um, First off, let me just say that's I didn't know about that, and that's heinous, awful, terrible. We're sitting here talking about um, being socially conscious and aware of what we're putting out into the world and the impact that it can have, and how it can confirm people's ideologies and feelings about shit because
Right.
we do it in the context of a joke and it makes people laugh. So they go, "See, it's not a big deal, right?" But what I will say in regards to the teenager thing is I'm not gonna say his name, but a friend of mine, he and I are hanging out one time, and his son is there. His son's a teenager at the time, and he's on YouTube watching the video. And I check out the video that he's watching, and this shit was toxic, bro. It was toxic masculinity to the highest of toxicity. And I'm talking about it started off really well on some like, hey guys, you need to wake up early, work out in the morning, make sure you eat well, and take care of your body and your mind. Because to be an alpha male, you need to be prepared for what's coming. Everything that you want is right at your fingertips. And if you can't get it, then you take it, right? Seriously, it was on some shit. I was like, what the fuck is this? And then it started talking about and relationships and women are inferior because we are the masculine, we're the dominant species, the man, right? He's saying all this shit, but at the same time, he's saying shit like, and make sure you go to class and get there early, sit in the front of the classroom so you can
No,
learn,
after
right?
you smack your bitch up, eat your vitamins because you gotta be
Yes,
healthy.
yes, exactly, exactly. And so we laugh at that, but that's a domestic violence
Right,
joke.
but see, that's the thing. You can make stuff funny that's not supposed to be funny. But yeah, no, that's
But
messed up.
so I'm sitting there, I hear this shit, and then his son leaves, and I go, "Yo, did you hear what he's listening to?" He goes, "Yeah, man, this is some guy that he follows,
See, but here's
right?"
my point.
But
That
hold up,
guy has more influence in a comic than me or Tony Hinchcliffe.
not necessarily because everyone is tuning in some place. So I say to him, I go, "Yo, you heard that shit?" I'm like, "That shit." He's like, "Yeah, that's some guy that he listens to about being a man and blah blah blah." And I go, "Yo, bro, that shit is toxic." I go, "You're not gonna say something?" He goes, "What am I gonna say?"
But that's his
He
dad.
That's his dad. He goes,
He's the
I
dad.
can't.
He should be representing the masculinity.
Yes, but he does the best he can. He's a really good father, truthfully. He's a really good father. But as far as teenagers are concerned, you're not with them every day, all day. You don't know what they're consuming. And if they have devices, they're gonna find it and seek it out. Now, you can try to combat it, like in that situation, because I know he heard it, because I heard it. My response would be, yo, I didn't know it was that crazy. I'm gonna talk to him about that, right? Like for me, I go, yo, let's have a talk about this guy and what he's saying. Let's take a deeper dive and read
Right,
between the
right,
lines,
right, right,
right? Because he's pulling you in with telling you to take your vitamins and get your
right,
rest
right,
and to
right.
work
It's
out,
this whole, yeah.
right? But some parents don't have those tools, bro. And
No,
I'm not
that's
saying, yeah, they don't have those tools.
this is what
And they're working. They're
the
working. They're
government
trying to
is
take.
now. Like you said, they say one thing, they take you in with this
Hmm.
while they're doing that. It's
Yeah.
like, hey man, these guys were they were wrongly accused by the Democrats. They were wrongly accused by the Department of Justice. So here, we're gonna create this fund and give you guys money from
1.9
taxpayer money, dude.
$1.9 billion they set aside for these
Yeah, how is
motherfuckers.
this fucker not in jail? Put this piece of shit in jail.
Dude. But real quick, I just want to say condolences to the families of those who lost family members in the shooting yesterday. Um, I do think that's some cowardice shit to go in and it's like the hit and run to punch somebody and then run away, right? So you go in, you do some shit that you know is wrong and it's bad. That's why you killed yourself, right? So that's some cowardice shit. And I'm sorry to the families of the young people who went and did this because they got to live with that, right? They got to live. And even though the mom
Oh
did try to
boy.
she made an effort. I commend her for that, but you know, it's a little too late. But now they got to live with the loss of their kids too. So,
So,
uh,
hey,
yeah.
so speaking of masculine men, check out this video. I was on a walkabout because I I'm shooting a music video. So here is why isn't this playing? Yeah, I don't want any volume on it. There we go. But yeah, there it is, Reg. There it is. Castle Grayskull. They take the Chinese theater and they turned it into Castle Grayskull. I don't know who this lady got in. She got was able to get the pass. And there it is. I think it's pretty cool. I like to put the little red vines even on the towers and make it look bigger.
Yeah. Castle Grayskull. By the powers of Grayskull,
No, wait,
He-Man.
no, wait. You said it wrong, I think. Wait. By the
Oh,
power, isn't it? By the power of Grayskull, I have the power. Yeah, I guess he does say power
yeah.
twice.
That's the part about Masters of the Universe that I don't understand is Captain Grayskull. I mean, Skeletor. He occupies Grayskull Castle,
No,
but
he actually
He-Man.
occupies Snake Mountain. Castle
Oh,
Grayskull is where
Snake
the
Mountain.
sorceress lives. Yeah, but he's always trying to get into Castle Grayskull,
That's what
into
it
its
is.
secrets. I'm telling you, man, did you watch the Kevin Smith one? I thought the Kevin Smith one on Netflix was great.
No, Kevin Smith won what?
He did a cartoon. He did like a two six-part series
Oh, I
on
did see it.
He-Man.
Yeah. Yeah, it was really good. It was
Yeah,
really
I thought
good.
it was great. The
That
first
came
six
out a
was
couple
like,
years ago, right? A few years
yeah,
ago.
correct,
Okay.
correct, correctamundo.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that. I thought it was really good. But He-Man draws his powers from Grayskull, whereas where the sorcerer lives, obviously. But in the one that Kevin Smith did, if I remember correctly, it was like when everyone died, they went to not Valhalla, but they went to
And I don't forget.
Eternia or
I
some
didn't even
shit.
watch the second half. I started the second half and I didn't care anymore.
Oh, dude, it was
That's when
good.
comes out as a lesbian and they're ruling the world or something. I
Wait,
forget
who
what
came out
happened.
as a lesbian?
Tila. You didn't realize Tila was a lesbian, Reg?
I I didn't. It's not that I didn't realize. I didn't care. I
You
was like,
should.
okay. I was like, so what? You mean Man at Arms daughter?
Yeah. So much
Oh,
happened in the first there's a black man at arms in this movie.
um, yeah. Idris Elba, right?
They call him bro at arms.
Shut the L up. You. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Bro, man at arms, bro at arms. Oh, gee, folks, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I am. I apologize for him. I apologize for him. It should
But
be
anyway,
man at arms, black man at arms.
black man at arms.
We got man at arms. We got black man at arms.
And we got bro at arms.
We got bro at arms, and
And then you
he's
got brah at arms.
yeah, bra at arms, and he's more of the frat version, the
Oh,
frat
he's the surfer.
fraternity. He's the surfer man at arms, bra at arms.
Hey, so one thing, I won't see this movie. I'll see it eventually. I'm not going to go in the theater and watch this movie, right? But
Why not, man? Go and support. You
well,
gotta support the
I don't
arts,
even know
dude.
about the Star Wars
Dude, support
movie.
the arts. We all want the movies to continue because one day we can
But
be in
check
them.
this out.
We gotta
I
go
did
watch
love
them.
He-Man as a kid, and I collected it, and I have all these Masters of the Universe's books, and they come with every character.
Oh, you kept yours.
Yeah, so I kept all these little comics,
I remember
and
those.
so this one came with He-Man, and He-Man. Uh, okay, so this one, it's the very first episode. And the way it even starts is
Oh, he's fighting a
he comes from a village. This is the first page, and
yeah.
he's just some naked dude from a village, and he leaves, and then he fights this giant sloth, and he saves a sorceress who's like green. Uh,
Oh, okay.
So, and I doubt this is gonna be the version. And then she like hooks him up, gives him his gear, his sword and his shield and whatever that stuff he wears on his chest. And there's
Okay.
Beast Man trying to fight Tila. They used all the red ink on Beast Man.
I gotta admit, man, it's kind of funny to look back at this now because
Kelly
this definitely
Clark.
looks like some gay erotica, like
Totally.
really.
Totally. And look how they even did it. They just write paragraphs underneath. And
Okay.
like that's how the original books were. And then they eventually went to where like comics, you
Okay.
see.
Okay.
But check out this one. I have three of the old ones where they do it all like the thing above.
Okay. The
Or
image
no,
above
actually,
with the
no.
paragraph.
Honestly, just two of them. And this is the other one, but look at the cover, bro. The cover is sick. It's friggin' Battle Cat without this mask on, but he's still in Battle Cat mode.
Oh yeah. Wow. Okay. So just for the record, these are, I'm telling you right now, these are worth some money. You should look online and see how
Nah.
much they're worth.
I mean, this shit's old though. 1981, this came out.
Dude, that's what I'm telling you. That's why, look, I saw a
Oh,
friend
yeah, yeah,
yesterday.
it ain't worth shit. Look, it just came out.
Well, just keep it together. Just keep it together.
Look at
I had,
Sorceress. He's like naked. It's before he was gray.
oh wow. Look at that. Dude, you should look online and see how much they're worth. I bet you could sell them. I promise you. I
I mean, I
bet you
don't
can
want
sell
to
them.
sell him. Maybe
No,
so.
but just go and look and
Look
see how
at
much they're worth.
Merman. He's getting attacked. Yeah, by
Merman. Oh,
Battle
and see,
Cat.
Battle Cat now has his mask on.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I don't think he ever has it off in this, which is kind of interesting.
Dude, that's what I'm saying.
But yeah, that cover. Yeah.
I bet the later versions of those covers, he had his mask on. So that might be like
I
a
think you're,
special
you're just
edition.
stretching. You're
Dude,
stretching.
I'm
What does
telling
it
you.
say? It says
Look, yesterday I was talking to a
illustrated
friend of
book.
mine. Yesterday I was talking to a friend of mine about he likes G.I. Joe, same as me. And I showed him some of the G.I. Joe that I have, like the small ones from the 80s. And he's like, dude, he's like, those are expensive. The riveted ones, I went online. I have the William the Refrigerator Perry with the card and his weapon.
In the
It's
package?
no, not in the package. He's loose. There's in the pack. No, he was a mail-in. He was a
All
mail-in.
right, all right.
But loose, but even loose, he still can go for like $250 or $300 right now. And he's sitting in a plastic
Well, go
bag.
sell that shit.
Nah,
I mean, I had
I
a
want to keep
Star
it.
Wars one like that that was a mistake.
Uh-huh.
The original Snaggletooth. And I sold it for 250 bucks to a guy in Belgium. But yeah, it was like a taller one, which was a
Okay.
mistake. But yeah, here's
See?
my first He-Man was Manny Faces. Remember Manny Faces? I think that was his name.
Oh, the guy, it's like it turned.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So here in there's this three different things. Oops. There's this three different, the human, the metal, and the monster.
Oh yeah. Okay. See, I wasn't into Masters of the Universe. I didn't really like those big buff guys like that because I
Yeah,
was already buffed.
yeah. No, you weren't. That is a wee one.
Oh,
All
dude,
right.
I got my first weight set in sixth grade, bro.
Dang.
I was at the house like this.
They were
You
picking
could ask
on
my
you early.
friends. Nah, it wasn't about being picked on. No one picked on me. It was
Oh,
about I
this.
wanted I wanted to try to look good for the ladies.
Look at this.
Oh, now you talking. What's
An
that?
original G.I. Joe. Remember it's
Oh, yeah.
funny. They
Oh
give you
yeah,
these
because then you can open
pamphlets.
it up to
Yeah.
Oh, dude, Sal.
Oh my God,
Sal.
Reggie.
Sal.
Reggie.
Sal. I will do I'll buy that from you.
Serpentor. Oh, this one's sick.
Dude, I'll buy that from you or you can give it to me.
But
Hold up, don't mess it up. Fold it back right.
I am. There we go. I like how it folds all perfect, and then on the back it has all the guys.
Dude, Sal, I will send
What are
either
we talking, Reg? I should look up what this is worth.
I'm telling you right now, either
Oh, I
send
got
it.
another one. Oh, this one's good. The tank one.
Oh, I had that tank. I had all those. Oh, dude, dude.
Whoa, this one
I
might be actually this one.
dude,
It's the original mail-in, dog.
yo, yo, I had that, bro.
The Strike Force team. This is one of the old ones.
Yes. Oh, dude, you have got to. All right, look, man, I will buy that from you.
Wow, look at it. It has a mail-in on it. Official G.I. Joe mail-in. Ends January 31st, 1983.
Oh, wow. All right, dude, listen, I will buy that from you right here on the podcast.
How
I'm
much should we
telling,
ask for, people? Let's see. What else I got
and you
in?
got to take into account. I know this dude. We're friends, so and I'm not
Shit.
trying to buy it to sell it. I'm trying to buy it to
Shit.
have it.
Yeah, so it's like art. Oh my God, I have another one. Oh wow, I have a couple more things here. Let's see. That's funny. All for my He-Man. Well, okay, I have the Care Bears one.
Oh, you know what? That would there's somebody who would buy that one, sell that one immediately.
I remember these little ones. Those are nice.
Dude, you had Care Bears?
Yeah, and a couple of they were little figurines. I had three. I had Tenderheart Bear, who was the leader. I
Okay.
had Lucky Bear because I always felt I needed some luck, and I had Grumpy Bear, the blue one.
Oh my God. You had the bears that did absolutely describe your personality.
My mom took me to the movie. Here's Dino Riders. I don't even remember Dino Riders. You remember this shit?
I don't remember that, but keep that. I'm telling you right now. Put all those in plastic with a little
Now
moisture
this one
pack.
I wish was in better shape. This is Return of the Jedi collection one, and the fucking
Oh, I
picture.
remember that.
Oh, dude. And yeah, I look like, dude, as a kid, I'd go through it and I'd circle what I'd want. I'm like, yeah, I want the Millennium Falcon.
Oh wow. Dude.
But here's one more G.I. Joe. Look at this one.
Oh, I remember that one. I remember that one.
Oh, this is the one with Zomot and Tomox.
No, Zaymot and Tomax. The
Tomax.
two twins. The names are
Oh, so
split.
this might be, yeah, look at this. Reggie, you are.
Oh,
Oh,
dude, the Tomahawk, the Snowcat. I had all of those. The Wild Bill. I had the bridge. Dude, the hydrofoil.
oh man, it's still going.
Bro, I had all that. The
Dude, you
Mauler,
should
the
like you
tank.
could frame this shit, dog.
Dude.
Yeah,
Oh,
there they
dude.
are.
Dude.
Woo!
Okay. I'm geeking out right now, bro. You don't even know. I'm geeking out right now. And
All these boats
to my
and
boy,
shit.
to my boy Sean Briscoe, this is like serendipitous because he and I were just talking about all this stuff yesterday.
That's funny.
We were talking about all this stuff yesterday. And I had
Wow. So
every
yeah,
single one
dude,
of
I
those things.
got a few Joe things here, dog. We'll have to look up what they're worth. G.I. Joe, a real American dork.
Dude, Sal,
Woo.
you have got to, we got to talk off air. I'm serious. We got to talk off air.
I
Like,
mean,
we'll
all
talk
I
at the
know
end.
is, folks, when I was looking for an apartment, Reggie had extra one. He goes, "You got cats."
Yeah, I'm allergic to cats.
Whoa, you know what?
I'm
I don't
allergic to
want this
cats, man.
cat fur from the G.I. Joe pamphlets to get in your sinuses.
Hilarious.
You know?
I'm struggling right now with allergies. So believe
All
me, it's miserable. You've seen me around cats in DC. I can't
right.
breathe, dude.
I had another story. I had to read a news one before we got. Oh, but here now you also got me. You got me now even defending Theo Vaughn. Did you see how he dropped the N-word? Well, you're not
No, here,
taking
you
it
got
out
the
of
video. Can
context.
you bring up the video? Let me
I
just
don't
see him
have the
do it.
video, but it's basically he's on a podcast live with Mike Tyson, and there's a huge audience, and he made some. He was saying something, and he said N-word. Theo, and Tyson's like, "Don't say N-word, say it." And he just starts saying it, Tyson, and he keeps telling him to say it, and he's trying not to, and he's avoiding, and he does
Wait,
say,
wait. Who's telling who to say it? Mike Tyson's
Mike
telling Theo
Tyson's
Von?
telling Theo to say it
Okay.
because he hates saying N-word. He thinks it's bullshit. Just say the word, and then
Oh,
eventually,
Mike Tyson is saying that.
yeah, and then
Yeah, because
eventually.
you're saying it when you say,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
and I do give Theo credit because he really was trying to avoid it and get out of it, and Tyson wouldn't let it go, and he just goes says, "Yeah, I'm your" or whatever, and he just said it like that, but they bleeped it out anyway, so I didn't even. But it sounded like yeah, he just said. I was like, "What are you gonna do when Mike Tyson's yelling at you to say it?"
Yeah. I mean,
But see, that's the thing, it's a lot of fine areas
well,
right now, Reg.
well, this is the thing. This is the thing. It's a lot of gray areas, but it's all about the context, right? With words, it's all about context,
True.
right? Like, right? So I hear young people in the city, Filipinos, Latins, right? I hear them saying the N word all the time to each other
Yeah, that's crazy.
in an
I never
earshot
like
of,
as a young kid, but we never said that shit.
okay, so, but music today, the whole thing, right? It's movies, shows, whatever. And they're uneducated, so they don't even know the history of the word.
Right.
So, so excuse me, for them it's just a word. And I hear it in the inside, and there's a little part of me, like when I hear it, there's a part of me that my antenna go up, like, wait, what? Right? But then I don't associate, like I don't identify with that in the sense of like, yo, it's a word. Like if so, in the context of that, they're just using it because it's a part of what they grew up hearing, right?
Right.
But for an older person, someone who lived during Jim Crow, someone who lived during the fight for civil rights, an older person, someone who knew that who was involved in situations or lived in a time where people would use that word with vitriol to try to intentionally affect you, right? Get out of my face, you fucking, you're niggas, get out of here, nigga, right? That shit right there. Yeah. You see how you feel right there? Just imagine as a black person, you're walking down the street and it's like, get out of my town, you fucking nigger. You
Yeah,
fucking nigger.
that's
Niggers, get out of
crazy.
here. Niggers coming into the neighborhood, fucking destroy shit. Fucking
Well,
niggers,
shit,
die,
clip this.
niggers. And the reason I'm going hard right now is because I want people to understand that that's what people experienced. We're fucking kill. We're gonna hang you from a tree, nigger.
But see,
That's
that's
right.
like that's not what you experience. And like a
That's
lot
not
of
what I
those that
experienced.
generation is getting like it's dying out, and you're right, the younger ones forgetting about it.
So that's not what I experienced, but I understand that pain,
Right,
right?
yeah, you get some, I bet
Right.
you get some residual.
Thus, going back to the very beginning with the joke about lynching, where there were people who were taken out of their homes in the middle of the night and hung from trees. There
Yeah.
were people who were falsely accused of crimes that they did not commit, who were taken out of jails and, vigilante justice and hung from trees or set burned alive. So my point of view in regards to all that shit is, yeah, we can make fun of it, but what are we actually making fun of? Right? What are we making fun of? Because right now I can tell that how you feel with me, just the image of that shit of white people being like, we're gonna fucking hang you, you fucking nigger, fucking nigger, niggers coming into our
That's
neighborhood,
always
destroying
weird
us.
to me that I don't know, it's always weird to me that people get so mad about someone's different race. And like and I don't know, because I was like young and I'd be around racism, but I always just and I loved like black humor. But
Mhm,
then when I first worked at the ballpark, it was the first time around actual like a lot of black people.
mhm.
And when I first started, there was like a fear and like a wall
Yeah,
up
yeah, because
because
you,
of what you see on the news and what
right.
everybody says. And yeah, that was kind of unfortunate. But it was always silly to me that yeah, I don't know. It was just always silly to me. And because I'd watch TV, I guess. I didn't know any black people. I had one black kid in my school, so
Well, okay,
wow.
so the point I'm trying to make with all that is it's about context. So Theo Vaughn says it, but he says it at the behest or request of Mike
Right.
Tyson. And
Right.
Mike Tyson is trying to get him to say, well, yeah, I'm your nigga. Okay, I'm your nigga. But
Right.
there's no vitriol behind. There's no
Right.
anger. There's no
But there's no
denigration,
vitriol
demeaning.
behind Shane Gillis's joke. It's a short joke.
It is. But this is the point I'm trying to
The
make is
word
that
lynch is pretty harsh though. But lynch
Lynch
would be
is
funnier than hang.
right. Well, it's yeah,
And
it's
that
I
and
mean,
that's it just goes
yeah,
that
in the sense of yeah, words. But the point I'm trying to make is that in that situation with Mike Tyson and Theo Vaughn, if it's just the two of them, then there's this context in this world that exists where Mike Tyson is doing a thing. But for people on the outside who may be on the fringes that feel that way about that word in a negative way, right? And want to say it, then they go, I like Theo Vaughn. They don't hear the context in which he says it. They just hear him say it and they go, well, Theo
right.
Vaughn says it, so I can say it. So yeah, what are you gonna do, nigga? Whatever. What you talking about? It's not a big deal. Theo Vaughn said it, but what's the
Right.
context?
Right
Right?
now, there's a lot of, ignorant people who are going to run with shit the wrong way.
And that's the last thing we need. But it is.
Okay,
It's the
so here's
last
the
thing we need.
story. And this is kind of controversial, but this shit's interesting to me. But it's a de-extinction company has hatched live chicks from an artificial eggshell. So what's very interesting is how difficult it is to make an eggshell. Because the
Oh,
eggshell has the little membrane around it, and I
yeah.
guess it actually forms organs inside of it that feed the fetus of the chicken while it's growing.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, so there's
So,
all this extra stuff. And it's like the same company, like the same idea, like with the dire wolves when they did that. And I guess they did mice with long hair to try and maybe one day do woolly mammoths. Okay. But the problem with all this, and what the deal with is with the egg is eventually what they would like to do is, the South Island giant moa. The moa was the largest bird that ever lived. It was like close to like a dinosaur. It was like
oh
two
yeah, I remember.
legs,
Yeah,
like
like New
11 feet.
Zealand,
Yeah,
was it
exactly. New
New
Zealand.
Zealand?
So
Yeah,
that was, and they, and then the fucking humans got there and wiped them out in a generation. Like it
yeah.
was so
Like the
quick.
dodo birds. They
Right,
couldn't fly, they couldn't get away.
right,
They were
right.
easy
But these things were
pickings,
big and they just,
and
yeah,
I guess they were tasty too.
who knows? But anyway,
No,
so
people would hunt them and eat them, and they
So
just
the chicken
wouldn't stop.
egg, so their eggs, the moa eggs are 80 times larger than a chicken egg. So what they would like to do is,
80 times
I was
larger.
gonna say, dog. So what they would like to do is eventually make a moa bird. Now, this is what the other scientists are saying, and this is the same thing with the dire wolves. It's not technically, they're not cloning these animals. They're not making, Jurassic Park can't happen. We want it to happen. I want it to happen. You want it to happen. It ain't gonna happen. They can't take the blood and duplicate it. Okay, what they can do is take the sperm and the egg from animals now and do that. So then in the future, when those animals go extinct, we can make them. But animals that have been gone and extinct, they can't. So what they did with the dire wolves, they just took wolves and took genetics qualities that dire wolves had and added it to this wolf.
Right.
So if they take a moa, they're really just going to have this bird and then add the stuff to make it. It's like how in the new Jurassic Parks where they just make up stuff. They
Hmm.
make, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like, and now, and they even say the woolly mammoth, like, oh, we could add fur to a mouse. Well, eventually we could add long fur to an elephant. So it's still not going to be an actual woolly mammoth, which is kind of a bummer. I mean, if they could bring, I mean, I'm not so opposed. It spends a lot of maybe the money but
All right.
like the amount of they create animals all the time for labs. They're, you know what I mean? So they're constantly like, so if
So
these
my
guys could
question,
do a different world, an extinct animal, that's cool, but they're not
my qu-
technically extinct.
my question is this: Why?
Because it's
Why?
kind of cool. Well, I don't
Why?
know. I think for them, it's to help to learn how the animals were or whatever.
The world is different. The idea, to me, it sounds so crazy. The idea of trying to bring a woolly mammoth into a world that is increasingly getting warmer
Right.
just feels like torture,
Yeah,
right?
it's because the last of them, I didn't even know this. So the last of them lived on an island off of Siberia. That's where the
Yeah.
last of the woolly mammoths lived. So that's where they could find the last. But is that a trip?
Yeah, that's crazy because that was the last part that was cold
Is
enough
that
for
cold
them to
enough for
be.
them? Yeah, and they're on
Yeah.
the island, so they were more protected.
Yeah, man. I don't know if the moa needs to come back. I don't know if the woolly mammoth needs to come back. What I do know is that we need more money for mental health awareness and support. I
Well,
believe that
I
we
saw a
need,
thing. If they would have taken all the money they spent to bomb Iran, we would all have free healthcare right now.
dude,
It's so
it's
ridiculous.
it's that Tupac line.
Yeah.
They got money for wars, but they don't have money to feed the poor. It's interesting.
And
When
Mandami dropped it in a speech
Yeah,
recently.
yo, absolutely. It's like there's so much money available to give to Israel. There's so much money to bomb Iran. There's so much money to go to war. There's enough money for this dude to put together a fund to give to insurrectionists, people that he pardoned that attacked the White House Capitol, people that
I don't know
shot
how that's not illegal. Like, how can they not just stop that? Like, that's so ridiculous.
but then they don't have money for free healthcare within this country. They don't have money for
So gross.
education. They're trying to defund education. They're trying to defund healthcare.
They're
They are
stealing the
legit.
elections. They friggin'
Yeah,
don't let the friggin' Virginias go, and now they just let some other people's go, and it's very
dude,
un-American.
anybody who can sit here and watch them and still vote for them and support them, dare I say they have no sense
Yeah,
whatsoever,
it's
right?
disgusting. All right, well, finally, Reg, we got to talk about one of the awesomest things going on this week. Cleveland Cavaliers basketball, baby. One
Wait,
game
I called it right. Didn't I
against
call
the
it?
Pistons. No, I don't remember you calling shit. What you talking about? You said 7 games?
No, I said if it goes to seven, who's going to win?
I don't remember. I have to look back
I
at
said
that.
Cleveland was going to win because of the experience. I
Oh,
go
yeah, I mean, I
Detroit.
agreed.
Yeah, I was like Detroit is the number one seed, but they don't have the experience of being in the
I
playoff and
will
that kind.
say, after they scraped by game 5, I'm surprised how well they did in game 7 and how bad they looked in game 6.
Well, I feel like this, man. We've seen Donovan Mitchell go hard when he was in,
Yeah.
was it Utah
Mhm.
against Denver when he and Jamal Murray were going back and forth. It's like 50-point game, 40-point game, 50-point game, 45-point game. He can light it up. He can light it up. And he's been in these battles before. Cade Cunningham, he's just now getting to the party. They had a good run this year,
Yeah,
getting
he's
the
the
number
only
one
one though.
seed.
They need help. That's a problem with
He needs help.
Detroit.
They don't have, they're just they're young, inexperienced, and I
But
knew
their
that the
D is a
experience,
beast, man.
yeah, the D is the beast, but I knew that Cleveland's experience of being in the playoffs, even James Harden, with all the losses that he's had, and he still has been in those playoff games, even though he didn't show up. And I think, like I said before, I think he's a great second guy, right?
Right. And they were
Like,
saying, I mean, despite he did have a lot of turnovers in the last game and he shot like shit, but there were moments where he would D up on the right guys, and that was like an advantage that we couldn't have with Garland.
right.
And he did help change shots and help with that game.
Well, yeah,
So
he's a bigger guard. He's 6'5", right?
yeah, no, he just it's just like they all didn't show up with urgency until the very end. And but
Yeah.
they all did. Like Allen, and then they were even saying how Mitchell would drive in, and then he had like barely any assists the last game we lost. The first game, he had 3 assists in the first 4 possessions. So it was just kind of like, and Jared Allen just dunking
He's
and
pushing it.
Mobley. Like that's what you got to do, dude. These guys use them, you know. So it was we shut down K now. We move on. New York tonight. I can't wait to watch. Oh
Ooh.
boy. And the problem is we've had back-to-back game 7s. These motherfuckers. Now, hopefully, I'm thinking like OKC, they had such a long break, they're a little rusty, and we'll be like the Spurs and we can knock them in the mouth in game
Oh
one.
wait. Oh wait, did Spurs beat OKC in the game, in first
God,
game?
Reg, you were so behind. It was one of the most amazing playoff games ever last night. Double overtime,
Oh
friggin'
wow.
Wemby, 40 some points, 24 rebounds.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
that
Um,
guy's a problem, dude.
hey dude. I think Shea is a problem too. I think OKC is a good team. I think OKC comes out of that series.
Jay shot
They
like shit last night.
yeah.
He
They
was
come out
like
of that series,
four
but
twenty or something.
I think it's a good matchup with them. It should be exciting. You got two young athletic teams that play hard and well coached and well,
Who we talking about? The Spurs still?
Spurs and
Dude,
OKC.
Wemby hit this three from almost half court to tie the game with like 10 seconds left in the game.
So he had to do it had to be a miraculous play
Well, no, but then
to
he also just dominated too, like when he was in there.
what
I
about
mean,
Chet Holmgren? Chet Holmgren wasn't a
he
didn't
had
present
well,
any
Chet
challenge.
stopped him on the so in the first overtime, they went to Wemby for the game winner and Chet blocked it.
Okay,
And then they
because
went to the second overtime, and then yeah, I believe the Spurs just came up on. They just dominated it.
yeah, we're
But yeah,
looking at
Cavs
7-5
over.
and 7-3 or 7-4.
Yeah, yeah, it's insane. It's insane. But
Yeah.
enough of those dorks. We'll worry about them next week. We got to worry
Well,
about the Knicks and
well,
the Cavs.
okay, so I'm gonna throw it out there. I think OKC comes out of that series, and I
I
hate
don't
to say
know.
it,
They
but I
just got
think
punched in the mouth hard, and
I,
without De'Aaron Fox.
yeah, but De'Aaron he's not been
I kind of want
contributing
to
a
see
lot.
the Thunder done. So
Nah,
I
they're
think
not
Spurs
done.
Cleveland, and we're gonna take the alien out, dude. We're gonna whoop his ass on national TV.
Man, spoken like a true fan. Uh, spoken like a true fan.
So
We're
you
gonna.
so you think the Knicks got this on lock or what?
I think.
Everyone's saying Knicks, but fuck the Knicks.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. What it's gonna come down to is I think Jalen Brunson will show up. I think Donovan Mitchell will show up, and then I think for New York, I think Karl Anthony Towns will show up, and for Cleveland, I think that Jared Allen and Evan Mobley, I think those will show up. I'm putting those two in regards to Cat. I think the problem is that I believe that OG Anunoby will show up, and I think that James Harden will not show up. So it's we're gonna go tit for tat, right? And then James Harden is he's the wild card man because he's inconsistent. He
Yeah,
has
he
not
can't
had a
be. You see, Sam Merrill went off in the last game. Sam Merrill got ran over by what's that young guy, Thompson or whatever. He
oh
was
Amen Thompson or
Yeah, his
whatever.
defense is amazing, but
He's
he
kind of an asshole
charged.
though.
Oh, he charged Merrill hard and hit him in the lip, and then he got the
Yeah,
foul, and then Merrill lit up. Merrill, man, is automatic from three, but that's it. Like his defense is not there, so it's kind
yeah.
of like, yo, man, hit your threes, and that's it.
I saw the Amen Thompson guy. He and his brother both twins or whatever.
Right.
They play hard, but they're a little not mean, but a little dirty, right? It's one thing to block the shot, right, and get you block the shot. That's cool. But it's another thing to block the shot and then push the guy,
They're
or
a nuisance. They're
it's
tough.
like push and do a thing. So yeah, man, that's what it's going to come down to. And since we're talking about Harden, real quick, it's amazing to me. I mean, he's made an enormous amount of money because he's really talented. But for whatever reason, psychologically, he has a psychological block where it's like when it comes down to games that truly matter, he cannot deliver, and he
I
hasn't
mean,
delivered
we're in the conference finals. He's
because
had
of
some good
Donovan,
games.
because of Donovan Mitchell, Iman Mobley, and
Yeah,
Jared
but one of
Allen.
his games was the Harden game this series. I think he had game
One.
four. He lit it up.
Okay, but we're also talking about a guy who won the league MVP once, a
Yeah, but
guy
he's old now.
he was a runner-up for league MVP twice, I think. He's got max contracts. He's been the man on his teams. When he left OKC and went to Houston to do a thing, he has been the man. He's been in some deep runs, but he always comes up short in the last.
Well, that's about to
So,
change, baby. So what do
well,
you got?
because
Knicks and how many?
I think he probably goes six.
See, that's what you and Stephen A. You're like that, dog.
Oh God, that's if you were here, we'd be fighting right now.
Well, you did. He said exact same thing. He said Knicks at
Dude, but
six because
He's a Knicks
Donovan
fan.
Mitchell.
I'm not a Knicks fan. I'm just saying that based on what it is, I think that New York is playing good
Who's
basketball
winning
right now.
tonight? Game one. I hope the Cavs punch him in the mouth.
Well, if the Knicks are smart, if the Knicks are smart, they will see that OKC um, lost their rhythm by sitting
Oh,
out and
Detroit,
waiting.
you mean? Oh, you mean last night? OKC.
Yeah,
Yeah.
OKC they kind of lost a little bit of their rhythm. That's why they came out
Because
cold.
our rhythm's hot. We just played 2 days ago. We had to fly straight to New York.
Yeah, but you just had a 7 game series. So the advantage goes to you because you're kind of in rhythm, but also the advantage goes to New York because they've been rested. Their bodies feel good. Hopefully their coach has been making them go hard,
I mean,
trying to
yo, their
replicate.
bodies should still be fine. They're professional athletes.
Yeah, but you can't. Hey, sorry, it's the same with comedy.
I
There
mean,
is
I
no,
do remember LeBron being mighty tired at the end of some of those series.
yeah, because you put in a lot of energy. But it's the same thing with comedy. There's no substitution for stage time. I don't care how many times you stand in front of the mirror or walk around your place telling jokes and writing them and laughing to
True.
yourself. You got to get on
So you
stage and
think
say that
Cavs are
shit.
winning tonight? That's why.
I think that Cavs have a chance to win it tonight, but I think the Knicks are going to hold on.
Remember though, man, we were down 2-0 to Detroit. Then we won three in a row.
Okay, well, we'll see.
We'll
I
see,
think that
baby.
I think the Knicks are in a. I think the Knicks are playing good basketball. I think Jalen Brunson is consistent and he
Yeah,
shows
well,
up.
it's
He's
been
a
a
good
while.
leader.
I hope we rock it. We'll see. I gotta watch it tonight before I can make my prediction. I hate all these cocky Nick fans. We'll see, dude.
All right, well,
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say I don't want to say
RIP to the D.
seven. Also, Donovan's going to MSG where he's always wanted to be, so he's gonna light it up. So yeah, man, I'm probably gonna say Cavs in six. We're gonna win it in Cleveland, baby.
Well, hold up. Isn't this interesting?
Cavs
Didn't
in
the
seven. Cavs in seven, maybe.
Well, hold up. Didn't the Knicks beat Atlanta Hawks?
Yeah, and we
And
beat
then didn't
Detroit.
Cleveland
And we
beat
beat their
Detroit?
baseball team. Yeah, we beat the Tigers
You
yesterday.
beat well, no, I'm talking about, but the Cavaliers beat the D and the Knicks beat the A.
Yeah, dude.
And
And
I
we're
got
gonna
them
beat
both
the
up.
D and the A right off them on the next one.
The DNA. We're gonna beat the DNA out of everybody.
And
So yeah,
then
man, shout out to the Cavaliers for making it. But I think the Knicks are playing good basketball right now. And
yeah, well, we're about
uh,
to find out.
Well, and like I was trying to say earlier is that long the quick way to say it is that the Knicks will see that the OKC came up short because they had that break. So watching that game will definitely motivate them to come out with energy and to, play hard. So we'll see.
They said the Knicks are deeper too. I didn't realize how deep their bench is.
Yeah, I mean, they go 4 or 5 players deep in that bench, maybe
I'm
even
just kidding.
six.
'Cause I
So,
think we have a pretty good bench too. But
well, you guys got the two-headed monster in Mobley and Allen.
yeah, when they're playing
Uh,
together, man, it was awesome last night. Friday, Sunday. They all played well.
yeah.
Everybody pretty much did their job, which was like, that's it, man. Don't turn it over, do your job. I mean, they still fuck up, and then they had Cade, but that's the thing. I think we just got to contain Brunson. Go ahead, Cat. You beat us. Let's see it. I'm scared. I'm
Cat
scared, but you just got to shut
Cat can
down
knock it
Brunson.
down, and he's passing the ball well.
Yeah, that's
But
what they say.
I,
He's playing point now. Okay, we'll
I
see.
think I think the real conversation is about LeBron leaving the Lakers and going back to Cleveland.
We'll see. He's kind of getting up there. Here's the thing.
He's still, dude.
Who's the
Hold
best
up, hold
player?
up, hold up, hold up, hold up. He's getting up there, but he's still a top 10, top 15 player in the league right
15,
now.
maybe. Okay. Who's going to be the best player on the floor in the Knicks Cavs series?
Jalen Brunson
Get the fuck out of here. It's Donovan
and Donovan
Mitchell.
Mitchell. I think those two are going to be the best players.
Who's
I think
who's the
it's
best player overall?
I mean, man, they're both very dynamic players. They're both fun to watch. Um,
Pew pew. It's Spider, bro. Let me answer it for you. It's Spider.
yeah,
Donovan
it's
Mitchell.
it's a tough one, man, because Donovan Mitchell, Jalen Brunson's no frills, man. That dude he shows up
Talking
focused
about
and
the
ready to
Mavs.
go.
Fucked up. They had him and Luca. All right. Well, yeah,
Yeah.
we'll see what goes on, and we'll go from there.
Okay.
All right,
All
Bray.
right. All right.
Close us out.
Yeah. First off, I just want to say, you may want to put a warning up on this one because I dropped a lot of N-bombs.
And
But
Bomb Reg, ladies and gentlemen. That's what
yeah.
they call him.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and address this right now. I'm gonna have to try to temper myself a little bit because that last video you posted where it's like Cheryl Underwood calls Reggie a pussy. I was like,
That did good, man. It got some good views. That's what
I'm,
happened. What are you talking
yeah, but I was
about?
like, I don't know how I feel about that. I'm like, it happened, right?
I
Like,
know because he didn't share that one right away. He was sharing the other ones. And then, I'm like, hey,
yeah,
man.
I'm like, huh.
People
I'm
love
like, I don't
that
know
one,
if,
though. They're like, what?
yeah, I don't really like that though, because I'm a private person, bro. Like, there's a
Well, you
lot
don't
of
want to
shit.
talk about it on a podcast.
I know, and that's why I'm like, I'm gonna
Well,
have to,
that's what makes the podcast good.
nah, because I'm the only, like, you are willing to share whatever. That ain't
Yeah,
how I
see?
get down.
Yeah, I know. That's
I'm a,
obvious.
I'm a little
That's why you're
uncomfortable with
holding us
that.
back with that kind of conservative attitude, Reg.
Nah, man.
Take that shit
I
back to
mean,
Alabama.
just my life period is mine,
Does
and
your
so
watch match the font color on your Atlanta? Is that a light blue watch? It's, or is that a
no, what?
white? Is that light blue?
No, it's white. That's just white.
Oh,
That's yeah,
oh, that's the
ceramic.
lighting.
This is a shout out to Nixon. This is a Nixon ceramic watch
Is
with a
Atlanta? Is it
with a
what color
red
is
diamond on it,
Atlanta?
a
Is
red
that
doobie.
white?
Yeah, it's white.
Ah, dude, it looks turquoise on here. It should be a slight light blue like I'm seeing. That'd be sick.
Oh yeah,
All
that
right,
would be kind
close
of
us
cool.
out, Watchman.
Okay. So going forward, folks, I'm gonna be a little more conscious of what I share and how I share it because I don't like that shit.
But in
Reggie
case
was
you
called
missed
a
it, you
pussy.
guys, Cheryl Underwood, call Reggie a pussy. All right, go ahead. Close us out.
All right. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. I do want to apologize, not apologize, but I went hard with the M bombs just to show the um
Reggie's like,
the
hey, do you guys
intensity.
know this word can make people uncomfortable? Well, let me just say it.
Yeah, the word I know word can make a lot of people uncomfortable, but I wanted to share the energy behind it and how it's used and how sometimes how people like to try to diminish that word. And I wanted to show that the context of it is really what's really important. And for the record, anybody who yells at me, you're not going to incite a riot because it's obvious to me that that's what you're trying to do. But for some people, that word carries a lot of energy and hate, and I understand their feelings behind it. But with that being said,
Yeah, I wish I had that music still. I gotta go find a new one.
okay. But with that being said, uh, if you enjoyed today's episode, please like, share, and subscribe. That's the best thing you can do for us. If you have a comment, please share that comment. And if you have any ideas or suggestions or things that you want to hear us talk about, then please do that. Give that to us, and we'll vet it and see what's up. But with that being said, that's Sal Kalani. I'm Reggie Steele, and this is
Spitball.
Spitballing.
Spitball.